Hello everyone, I am Sarah Limbaga and today we are going to discuss one of the families of the amphibians which is the Dicroglossidae. So the Dicroglossidae is very fascinating families of the amphibians as they encompasses a diverse range of species, each contributing uniquely to our understanding of ecological dynamics and evolutionary processes, from their streamlined bodies designed for aquatic agility to their intricate communication through melodious calls. Dicroglossidae offers a captivating glimpse into the complexities of the natural world. Some are consumed for as food in their cultures, and some are not. So join us as we explore the enchanting realm of Dicroglossidae, where every leap and croak as unveils a story of adaptations, resilience, and the interconnectedness of life forms in our ecosystems. So here are some of the diagnostic characteristics of the Dicroglossidae, and this example is a Furner's fang frog, which is a assigned species for me. So the first is we need to tackle about their body shape. So this one, as we can see in the picture, it has typically have a streamlined body shape, as well as they are adapted for the efficient movement for the aquatic environment. Next is the skin texture. As we can see, it's smooth and moist, aiding in respiration through the cutaneous exchange and providing them for the protection against dehydration. So next is the web feet. As we can see, some of the frogs have web feet, and they are this family, the Dicroglossidae have also. This facilitates their swimming and this enhances their agility in water. Next is the tympanic membrane. As we can see, it has a block dot in the beside its eyes, and that is their tympanic membrane or their eardrum for each side of their head, essential for detecting sound vibration and also for communication, and also essential for conspecifics. Next is their coloration. As we can see that some of the frogs have its different colors, and this the Croglosidae family have its very vibrant color that serve as their camouflage, and also their warning signals for depending on the ecological context. Next is for the reproductive strategy. And some of the Dicroglossidae frogs typically lay eggs in water, and their tadpoles undergo metamorphosis before transitioning into adults, a characteristic feature of many amphibian families. Next is their dietary habits. They are primarily carnivorous, feeding on a variety of prey such as insects, small invertebrates, and occasionally other small vertebrates. Lastly is for their behavior traits. The Dicroglossidae exhibits various behaviors, including vocalizations for their communication and also territorial defense. And also, fun fact, they use this for the courtship rituals for during their breeding seasons. Next, which is the Furner's spunk frog, as we can see here in the picture, this have its own black eyes, and its scientific name is Limnonectis ferneri, a striking amphibian native to Southeast Asia, tropical rainforest, just like here in our country, the Philippines, distinguished by its fang-like teeth. So that is one of the major characteristics of the Dicroglossidae because they have its fang-like teeth used for the defense and prey capture. Its coloration blends seemingly with the forest environments, providing effective camouflage. This semi-aquatic species thrive near freshwater sources, showcasing adapted for swimming abilities, feeding primarily on the insects and small invertebrates. And the Farner's fang frog embodies nature's ingenuity and evolutionary adaptations, embodying the captivating diversity of an amphibian and its habitat. So we can see here, I have two examples aside from the Furner's fang frog. This is also common in the Philippines, which is the Limnosnectis visayanus. So it has its yellow block dotted in its skin, and also the other one, which is very common here in our campus, which is the Limnosnectis macrocephalus. These are common. They have its brown and spiky back, and these both are in the family of the Dicroglossidae. Next is we need to tackle about their significance. First is for the economic significance. This can serve as a key indicator for environmental health for in our region, which is the tropical rainforest, where it reflects presence of the quality fresh quality of the water. So if these species are present in that certain fresh water, that means that the quality of that fresh water is very habitable for some other species. Next, for the medicinal contribution, um, for it contributed compounds like antimicrobial peptides and anti-inflammatory agents. Next is the industrial application. So this species doesn't have industrial applications right now. However, if we can be able to research more on the amphibians, including these frogs, this can be able to lead discoveries of some of the bioactive compounds with potential industrial applications in various fields, such as for the pharmaceuticals, biotechnology, and environmental monitoring. And that would be all for this topic, the Dicloglossidae. I hope you learned something, and thank you.